Hello, I am live. I love these glasses. I do not actually wear these while I'm teaching, but I wanted to say hello to my fellow VIPKid teachers once again after classes. I'm counting down the days to be able to do this. So I figured I had some time today. I will go live. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is something that I have been dealing with the last couple days. So I think it was Monday. I was getting a crock pot on the top shelf, and the top of the crock pot fell and hit me right above my eyebrow right here. So I woke up this morning and this is what it looked like. It didn't look like this last night, but it was starting to look a little bruised. So yeah, so I wore glasses today. I don't have them with me, the ones that I wore, but I wore glasses so the kids did not see it. But the things you deal with as a VIPKid teacher are many. One time I had a class where there was a red spot on my eye and it like made my eye completely red, the white of my eye. And so, yeah, so you just never know what's going to happen. And your classes are booked and you have to go, the show goes on. So this week it's kind of hard because we know that the company is closing down. And so when we see our students, we're like, is this the last class? How many classes do we have left with the student? And it's just been really tough. I have seen that some teachers are leaving teacher to teacher feedback and they're putting messages into the teacher to teacher feedback for their fellow teachers and just giving them some words of encouragement. So it's just been really hard. And today I had 6 in a row. Most of the time I do like 2 classes or 4 classes, sometimes 5. And I haven't really done 6 in a row in a while, but I'm opening a few more slots so that I can, be fully booked and everything. And so what I wanted to show you right now was I just wanted to show you I wanted to talk about the classes that I had today. I'm trying to find my list here. I had 6 classes and they were mostly level 1s. So level 1s are pretty good because it keeps you awake, right? And my level 1 students today were very responsive and they kind of worked with me today. I did have a student that was a level 2. And she's my screamer girl. And when she first time I had her for a class, she would just be like, ah! and screaming at her parents and just a really bad attitude, which is not normal. It is totally not normal. It's, the luck of the draw if you get one like that. And I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm going to do the challenge. I'm going to win her over. So the first time I had her, I didn't know if I really won her over, but then her parents rebooked me. And as we went along, she progressively got better with her spirit, being able to sit there and participate. But today was interesting because right when we started the class, the mom gives her something to eat. And I don't know what it was. It was white foods of some sort. It kind of looked like candy. It kind of looked like Good and Plenty, but just the white ones. And she was chewing it, and when she chewed it, it would be like gum. So she's just smacking her lips, chewing, and I'm thinking, what is this parent thinking to give her this right before a class where you're supposed to talk? But it happens. So the show must go on. So I kind of would do the lesson a little bit and then I would joke around with her and just kind of repeat what she was doing because she was kind of like smacking her lips and kind of like putting her tongue out, and I'm seeing this white stuff. And so I kind of like was doing weird things. And then we have like a cake that we can eat. So I did the digital cake, to show that I can eat too during class. And it was pretty funny. But those classes come sometimes. And then I had another class where it was a reading class, and I had never seen the student before. I don't think she was a regular VIPKid student because she couldn't speak very well. She couldn't read very well. So I basically had to tell her, a lot of times the kids can be parrots, even if they don't know much about English. So I would say the sentence, she would repeat after me, say the sentence, repeat after me. And about 10 minutes into the class, she switches people. Like, I knew there was some kids off to the side, but she put another kid in front of me who was a little bit younger than her. So I said, you know, this job's almost over. Who knows what is going on behind the scenes? I don't know if this is a, let's just try it out type thing for them. Obviously, the parents aren't that serious about it because they're nowhere to be found. So I was like, fine, I'll just teach this kid. So I started out with this kid, and she was younger. And I felt like the student who was supposed to take the class was doing this as a, like, oh, look at, I'm getting away with it. My sister's doing it instead. So I went ahead and got some really awesome rewards, like fireworks. And I'm like, you're doing it. I was like going crazy of how well this girl was doing. And she didn't even know. She's like, really? I'm doing it? So funny. But during that time, there were some kids on the back and they were jumping on the bed. And I'm like, okay, they're jumping on the bed. That's kind of distracting. And then they switched for another girl, and she was older and she could read. So I went along with her for a little bit. And then I'm like looking at the kids behind her, and I'm like, okay, there's two kids. They're going crazy on the bed. I'm going to have to call the firemen. So I had to press the fireman button, and I had to call for the safety concern. It's the first time ever in all of my years of VIPKid that I had to call for safety concern. I had a hard time finding it. And I have a kid that fell off the bed when they were playing on the bed, and he sliced his head, and he got like several stitches. I can't remember how many. And so I'm like, I don't want this to happen while I'm sitting here teaching a class. So the firemen did come and called the parents, and, the parents went ahead and, kind of settled the kids down for a little bit, but, the kids came back. It wasn't quite as bad. So I was able to continue with the class with the correct student. And then it was, in all my years and almost 5,000 classes, I've never had a complete nose picker. It was disgusting. I'm like, this class is like all the bad things about VIPKid wrapped up in one. So this girl, okay, fine, I'm not going to do your class. I can't jump on the bed. I'll pick my nose right in front of you and eat it. It was disgusting. So I usually, if the kids play with their nose or whatever, I don't say anything because it's usually like goes by quickly and I don't want to get them embarrassed or anything. But this one was so brazen that I was like, I have to say something. So I'm like, no, touch your nose, no. And then she kind of went off to the screen like this, and I'm like, fine, whatever. And then she came back into the screen, and then she was doing it again. So I had to say, no. We're not doing that. And so I've heard people talk about that happening in their classes, and I got one of those today. Hopefully that's never going to happen again. But that was my day today. I had 6 classes in a row. One of my students was 5 minutes late. I think it was my second one this morning was 5 minutes late. So it was great. So instead of a 5-minute break, I got a 10-minute break. And then my last student, she's usually a little bit late. She was about 6 minutes late. So since she was my last student and can speak English pretty well, I went a couple minutes over the 25 to make up for it, which is not something that we have to do if the student is late. But if obviously if we're late, we get a teacher no-show, but the student can be very late. It just, the student can be as late as they want to be, and we still have to continue the class. So I have this little screen that I can put in front of my camera. So I can put that up so that's all the student will see, and I can also mute my microphone. And then when the student comes up, I can switch over to my camera. So that's pretty good. So I can just do whatever I want behind the scenes and nobody knows anything about it. And then I can mute my camera. And then if the student shows up, I can go ahead and show up. But she's really funny because she'll turn on her camera and she doesn't say anything. She just, you can hear a little bit of noise, like, because she's an older girl and she's pretty quiet. You can just hear a little bit of crackling, like something's going on with the computer. And then you look up and she's there, but she doesn't say, hello, teacher, So I told her today, I said, I'm here, you see the screen, that means I'm here. So just say, hello, teacher, because I was looking down at my phone probably. Oh, hello, Rebecca F. Thank you for coming. So I just wanted to come after classes and just share a little bit about my classes because my days are numbered to be able to do this. I only have one more week of regular week. And then the next week, I'm going to do teacher orientation type thing at the school that I'm going to work at. And then school starts. So I have very few days. I will be coming on live tomorrow, Saturday. And I'm also working on getting some interviews with some people that teach for other companies to be on my channel. So Rebecca, if I can interview you, I would love it to just give people ideas on what they can do with, beyond VIPKid. And if you have any ideas and you would like me to interview you, I would like to. And it doesn't even have to be teaching online. It could be any kind of avenue of, part-time job, full-time job, anything like that is available to people, maybe by the computer, things like that we can kind of share with people and give them some ideas on what directions to look into. So yeah, so later today, I'm going to be putting up a little video of my garden. I got to go out and pick all my tomatoes. They're growing pretty well. And I'm also, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow at my regular time. And just wanted to say hello to all my teacher friends, as the days are coming to an end that we can share these stories that we can relate to. Like, I'm going to stay subscribed to all of my teacher friends because I'm going to be interested in all the great things that everyone's going to do. There's already a lot of VIPKid teachers that have pivoted even before this happened, and they're moving on to other things. I think this company has given us so many skills and a lot of confidence, and we can channel that into many directions. So I look forward to seeing what everyone's going to do in the future. So I hear my dog barking outside, so I'm going to go ahead and close this video. And I thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.